Hey guys, this is Hayden with Camping World Mesa. Today we're checking out this 2025 Salem 178 BHSK. I think it's a great small travel trailer that still has a lot of floor space. It's all due mostly in part to the slide, but you're really gonna like the interior. You're gonna like the large adult-sized double bunks. It's one of the few small travel trailers with big beds that even a big guy like me can sleep in. So let's turn the camera around and check it out. So coming up to the passenger side, first thing I want to point out is the outside kitchen. So we open it up, we got a little magnet hook up here to hold that. Now looking at it, you actually have a little bit of room for expansion. So you could put some more stuff in here if you want to. It still has your grill, but it also has your fridge over to the side. You have a lot more space. You could add an ice maker. You could put a bigger grill in there. You could just add like a second fridge if you wanted more beer or more drinks or something. You even have a USB-C outlet. So, you know, if you wanted to have your music going or if you wanted to have your phone plugged in while you were outside, you wouldn't have to go inside to plug it in. You know, I know a lot of people who kind of always have their phones plugged in because they forget to charge them at night or something. This way you can just have your phone charging while you're outside hanging out, and then when you need to use it, you know, it's right there. Looking down here, you have the LP Connect, so you would plug your grill in there, or if you wanted to, you could plug your own grill in. I know a lot of people have grills they're very proud of, so either way, you plug it in there and it'll run off the propane tanks in the front. This is your tankless hot water heater. You can always tell it's tankless. It will have a blow dryer shaped vent, so as long as you've got propane and water, you have hot water. Here's an outside shower. We've talked about these before. I mean, no one expects you to shower outside if you don't want to, but when it's cold out and you're a little dirty, it'd be kind of nice to wash your hands with warm water. It's also good for washing off your boots, washing off your dogs, washing off your dirty husbands, whatever you need. Up here we have our awning. It is a full body awning, so it's gonna give you lots of shade. It's fully electric, so you don't gotta crank it, you don't gotta pull it out or anything. It's just one button push. And you have LED light strip underneath. So what this does, it keeps bugs away. It's gonna be bright enough to read at night, but also dark enough to still see the stars. It's not gonna be too overwhelming or anything like that. It's not gonna ruin your experience. Looking at the back now, it has the back bar. That means you could install a cargo rack. You know, cargo racks, they usually sit kind of like a gate, then they fold down. Then you can put a generator on there. You could put extra tanks of water. They make different cargo racks. Some of them you can attach kayaks to, bicycles. I've seen one guy who did like a cargo rack that could hold one dirt bike. I probably wouldn't do more than a dirt bike as far as weight goes, but the fact is you have the option. You have versatility. And when you have versatility, you know, you can kind of make it your own. Up here, you have the prep for the backup camera. It's just gonna be a little bit more affordable to install a backup camera if you choose to go that route. It's got the little bit of wiring in there, and then it's just a holder. So all you need to buy is just the camera and then the monitor, and you'll be pretty much good to go. This is the Lippert ladder mount. You know, it used to be back in the day, you had permanent ladders on the back of the RV. Problem with those is, you know, they can get stolen. You can get rear-ended, and then that might be a $5,000, $4,000 fix to replace a permanent ladder. The Lippert ladder mount, you can get the ladder separate. They're about 300 bucks. You can usually get them for like $150 if you shop around on Amazon or something like that. It'll be a telescopic ladder, so you'll unwind it, bring it down, hook it up there. That way you only are using your ladder when you actually need to get on the roof. And then when you're done with it, you can unwind it, put it away, and it's out of the way. It's not gonna get damaged. And then you can use that same ladder for the bunk beds inside. So once again, you know, multiple options. You got the goat-ear gutters on all four corners. So there's not gonna be any water buildup. Down here, we have our cable hookups, our city water connection, and of course the black tank flush. You know, I've been around RVs pretty much my whole life. My stepdad sold them when I was about 6 years old, so we always kind of had an RV around the house. Black tank flush is pretty nice. When you don't have one, you kind of have to grab a hose and shove it down the toilet. And well, hope you're not using that hose for anything else. So black tank flush is definitely going to help you out here. Walking around the slide, and we have our pass-through storage. Once again, we have magnet connectors to hold that. Then we come down, and then it looks like we have access to the inside as well, so we can go over that once we go through. Adequate storage, plenty for a trailer this size. Lock that back up. Yeah guys, so that's pretty much the overview of the outside. It does have a battery disconnect switch. Kind of nice thing about that is you won't have to worry about turning off every single light in the coach when you're done with it and wasting battery. You can just walk out here, flip that switch, everything will turn on or off, depending on what you're trying to do, depending on where you are on the trip. But let's go inside. All right, we're checking out the inside now. With the slide, you have a lot of added floor space. I feel very roomy. I don't feel cramped at all in here. First, I want to talk about the U dinette. So this is one of Salem's nice Versa dinettes where you can move the table around, and then once you just tighten it, kind of like a bicycle seat, it'll stay in place. And then of course you can lower it to make a bed. Nice thing about these Salems as well is if we open up down here, they come with these totes. So for added storage, you can take that out if you want and just shove stuff in there, or you can keep the tote. And then you also get one on the other side as well. And when I take the tote out, you'll notice you have quite a bit of space in here. And these are big totes too. Heavy duty, hard plastic. Not going to be breaking anytime soon. Over here we have that access to the pass-through storage I talked about earlier. So, you could load your stuff in from outside and then just pick it up through here. Nice storage all across. Nice hanging closet. Nice thing about not having the bars is you can leave clothes in here and it won't be sliding back and forth. More storage here. These are nice solid cabinets too. Like, I'm not feeling any jiggling. I'm not, right now if I move it side to side or something, I don't see anything jiggling. Nothing's coming loose. Really nice design. Good travel locks. A little AC adapter in there, so if you wanted to throw your phone in there, just kind of keep it away but keep it charged, you could, as well as AC adapters and USB and USB-C outlets on the side. I love that they put USB-C outlets in here now, because if you think about it, when you go to the phone store, they're basically giving you a box and saying, hey, here's almost everything you need. You're going to still have to get a charging block or a cable converter to plug your phone in, but hey, if you get an RV, you're just good to go. Little JBL speaker over here, and then of course the USB-C and AC outlets over here. And hey, this is our Murphy bed. This way you get a small travel trailer, decent size, but you still get a bed and a couch. A lot of my customers buy these not so much because they just have to have a couch, but they like the idea that if they're going to invite strangers or other people into their RV, they can kind of just put their bed away. They don't have to have it sitting out there. People will be sitting on that's the first thing someone's going to sit on is probably your bed if you walk in and it's right there. This way, hey, we're having guests over. Let's just put the bed away. And here I'm going to demonstrate it real quick. And it's very, very easy. Just take off your armrests. This just folds right down. Push that back a little bit. So now we are in flat mode. From here we just lay down our mattress. There we go. Yeah, so that was about 20 seconds, and now I'm ready for bed. Here's little cubbies on the side, and they do have AC adapters. So if you had a CPAP machine, you could easily fit it in there. You'd also have room here as well, depending on how big it is. Either way, you have AC adapters to power it. And yeah, you have a pretty nice bed. And they make all sorts of mattresses like this that fold, so you're not like stuck with one kind. This is a standard mattress. I mean, nothing wrong with it, but if you were the type who needed memory foam, they make memory foam mattresses that fold like this, so you'd be fine. And then that just folds right back up into a couch. Back over here, checking out the kitchen. Lots of storage for an RV of this size. Here, and then under the sink. Yeah, plenty of room. We're comparing it, to other small campers here. Like, of course, there's 47-foot fifth wheels with massive amounts of storage. But as far as small travel trailers go, this one has quite a bit. 2-burner stove, nice little splashback there. That way, if you're cooking bacon, you're not going to get grease or anything on the wall. Coming over here, we're checking out the sink. Very nice deep sink here. So yeah, I really love this sink. And then you also have the top for it, which can also double as a drying rack. You can put your plates here. And then, yeah, just dry it through it. Or you can just turn your cup over, put it there, let it dry out. Yeah, microwave. I already saw the storage. And then we have a 12-volt high-efficiency refrigerator. It's very deep. See there. And when I say high efficiency, I mean it. With about 200 watts of solar and maybe a lithium battery, you could run this all day and night. Adult size bunks, those kids grow up fast, so as much space as possible is always nice. A little bit of storage underneath. Hey, this can be where I sleep when I come to visit. Over here you have your TV mount, TV hookups, more USB, USB-C adapters and AC adapters. Little Suburban thermostat is running cold. And we have some nice space in the bathroom. Nice storage here. Little sink. Plenty of size for me. And there's your medicine cabinet. So you can get a little light on in here. There we go. Nice size shower. Got our vent here. We can close that. No need for that to be open right now. It's going to be monsoon season here soon. Don't want your camper to get wet. And then we have plenty of leg room in front of the toilet. And if you don't believe me, here, let me turn this around. I am 6'4", and as you can see, I have adequate space in front of my knees. And because of the placement of the toilet, I have not really a selfie you want to be taken, but because of the place of the toilet, I have plenty of hip space. You know, I don't feel cramped. I feel fine. It's a nice camper. All right, just giving you one last little look here. Thank you for joining me today. What I really like is the table, of course. I like being able to move this around, adjust it. You know, I can kind of put it sideways like this if you want to do more of a traditional booth. Take it back, or, you know, maybe just bring it to the side like this. Make it a little lounge. Yeah, it's really up to you. And then once your bed folds back up, you have your couch. And, yeah, here's wood trim, premium quality. We kind of went over that. It's nice, solid wood. Feels good. Yeah, I really like this camper. Giving you one last little look here. Easy access to the fuse box. The slide really makes all the difference for a size like this. You know, I travel trailers without a slide of this size. You know, your dinette's going to be almost to here, and you're just not going to have the kind of floor space. If you have a dog or something, you know, he'll have plenty of room just to lay out at night. And yeah, you'll be good. So that's the Salem 178BHSK. Let me know what you think. Thanks for joining us. My name's Hayden with Camping World, here for all your RV video content, and then the other random content I make once in a while. Working on a song right now about RVs, obviously. So look forward to when that comes out 6 months from now with all the free time I have. But thanks again for joining us. My name is Hayden. Take care.